you have a lot of depth. It's some older depth, but I know that's the way it is now. Do you like the depth you have, and it gives you some options?
I do, and the goal is to try to move the pieces around and rotate guys, keep them fresh, keep them healthy during the year, and multiple guys can step in and there's not a drop off, and we can utilize that depth.
You have size too. First of all, have you ever had a 6'9" lineman? And did you look specifically for bigger guys?
We did. We wanted to go out and we wanted to find we wanted to find some length, we wanted to find some size. But also, it's like Mike said, right? You got to be able to use it. You got to be able to bend, and we felt like we found those pieces of guys that have the length, have the size, but they can also bend. They can move their feet. And we got multiple guys. I mean, Trevante Sylvester has been doing a great job for us. Roe Mills, Jonathan Mendoza, Ruben's been out there. They've been all doing a great job on the perimeter. And they can all utilize. They know how to move their feet. They know how to keep their hips down, shoot their hands, and they're doing a great job for us.
Richard, not only do you have the depth and the size, but you have a lot of position versatility on that offensive line.
Right.
Through the first 2+ weeks of spring ball, have you been kind of tinkering and toying with different combinations on the line to see what kind of works and what doesn't?
Absolutely, and we're going to move guys in, move guys out. Somebody's struggling in an area, we're going to put somebody else in. We're going to flip a guy over. Try to create that versatility, because you never know when you're going to need it, right? At the end of the day, you're going to start out, you're going to try to get the best 5 out there, best product on the field, and then who's the 6th, 7th, 8th guy, 9th guy, 10th guy, and we're going to roll them in, try to keep them fresh, keep them on the field, and try to put out a great product.
Michael Gonzalez is a guy who's been consistent since his freshman year, and he's sitting in here, he says, hey, I want to dominate. That's what I'm trying to improve on. What have you seen from him, since the end of last year to now spring practice, where hey, this guy does mean he wants to get out there and do what he's saying?
Right, and a lot of it comes down to finishing blocks, right?
Yeah.
I'm striking with my hands, I'm being aggressive in the run game, trying to create movement, and really finishing through the whistle. Trying to be that dominant force on the field, and then get up, let's go do it again.
Austin got his first start a few years before you guys got here, and because of COVID, and there's a bunch of guys out into the last minute. He got thrown in there. He did a good job last year. Nato gets hurt. He gets thrown in there. He did a pretty good job that game. He's been kind of a guy like that now. Now, is he the guy, though, that you can count on to be in every day as he was at the end of the season last year?
He is. He's a guy that, early in the year, he rotated in with Nato some. So he was getting reps. I think he took the whole second half of the Notre Dame game. So when we had the injury, he rolled in. There was no drop off, right? And that's what we're trying to create. So he was able to step up, take charge, continue the season, and have success doing it. And he's mimicked that throughout the offseason, and he's having a great spring. But we got another guy, Lance Robinson, that's doing a tremendous job too, that played in the bowl game for us.
Speaking of which, Lance, he was someone who didn't get the opportunity to play until that bowl game because of the emergency legislation. What have you seen out of him since that bowl game, and how far along has he come?
Right, and I think it was just it's one of those things, right? You're kind of sitting on the back burner a little bit. It's not really your time, and all of a sudden you're thrown in the fire. So making sure you're prepared, and now it's your turn. What are you doing? How are we stepping up? How are we training? How are we, attacking it daily?
Pete's coming in. He's got to fill Brian's shoes. How's he been doing in that role?
He's been doing good, and from Madden Sanker, CMC Chris, Victor Cutler, Pete, they're all taking charge, taking control of the front. They're making the calls. They're getting us in the right direction, and then we adjust from there. But Pete, from a leadership standpoint, starting to step up and take charge of it.
It seemed like Sylvester Trant was a guy you all almost had to get on the field at the end of last year, because he kept getting more reps, and it wasn't really on the line. It was kind of a tight end or whatever you call that. How has he improved, and is he that guy that can be an every down kind of guy for you if you need to?
He is absolutely, and his athletic ability is tremendous. So the more reps he gets, he just continues to get better and better.
Richard, whether it be high school additions or transfer portal additions, there's a lot of newcomers on this offensive line.
Right.
It's about halfway through spring ball, so in that point, who do you think is the newcomer that's kind of caught your eye the most?
I don't know if there's just one right now. The biggest thing that we're continuing to work on is them gelling together as a unit. It's we tell these guys all the time, it's not just about you. It's about the team. It's about the group. It's about the success of this team. You know, and when you put all the personal things aside and you focus more on the team success, everything else will happen for you. You know, so really that's kind of what we're focusing on right now, just gelling.
I believe you were with Thurman UAB in 2012, right?
That was.
Okay, and then last year, having been in this offense, I guess, how close do you feel like this team is to getting into kind of an offense that you guys want to run?
Yeah, I think we're right on track. You know, I think we're right where we need to be. We're continuing to install. We're pushing them every day, teaching them new stuff, and you know these guys are really taking a lot of pride in studying and perfecting their craft and starting to be experts at their craft.
How, with Renato, he's played so much. How's he handled not being able to be out there, and kind of how, you know, in the meeting room, is he still kind of one of the leaders?
Absolutely. He's the guy that's standing in the back. He's vocal. He's coaching guys when he's not in. He's keeping himself engaged, which is huge. And the guys all respect him. He's played a lot of football for us.
Good. All right. Let's go.
Thanks.